The federal government is taking over the California National Guard and deploying 2,000 soldiers in Los Angeles, not because there's a shortage of law enforcement, but because they want a spectacle. There's no shortage. Could have fooled me with all the cars on fire. Gavin Newsom thinks that you have no right to safety. What a piece of shit.
The face of Satan. I'm not kidding. He looks demonic.
Yes, he does. He does. Everything about him is fake.
Yeah.
And this man doesn't care about you, just to be clear. He does not care about you if you are a tax-paying legal citizen. And I would advise that Republicans in California leave. Leave and take your electoral college seats with you, because it's the third largest Republican voting base in the country. You guys often forget that because it's still just by sheer numbers. I believe it goes New York, California, Texas, or New York, Texas, California. But hey, let's see some electoral college seats leave California and go to other states, because it's not going to get any better. It's beyond fixing. They are exposing you to riots and potential murder. We all know that Gavin Newsom is awful. He's been extra awful with these new insurrections that are taking place. So let me read some new examples here. Here's a timeline. Friday, June 6th, Newsom escalated the situation while blaming you for escalating the situation with this specific post about an arrest of union leader David Huerta. He wrote, "David Huerta is a respected leader, a patriot, and an advocate for working people. No one should ever be harmed for witnessing government action."
Aww.
Except Huerta was not just witnessing government action when he was obstructing an ICE vehicle, again, enforcing the laws that you voted for.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
Yep. He was charged with conspiracy to impede an officer, and I'm willing to bet they'll stick because it's on camera. Blocking ICE from enforcing your laws. By the way, you do know that ICE has deported many, many murderers, sex traffickers, human traffickers. Very likely Abrego Garcia, the one who the left made the hero of the day. Human trafficker, it seems.
They found a lot of children that have been trafficked.
Yep. When you bitch about slavery, you know there are more slaves on earth right now than ever in human history, right? Over 42 million slaves on earth right now. Most of them sex slaves. How do you think that kind of operation still stays in business? Oh, that's right, open borders. That's right, open borders. It's not a conspiracy. Blocking ICE from deporting human traffickers, drug dealers, murderers, gang members, or even people who simply cost you hundreds of billions of dollars a year. Blocking them is not peaceful. But of course, Newsom took their side against you, the American worker. What a piece of shit. Saturday, June 7th.
It'll get worse.
While accusing you, when the left accuses you of something, they're accusing you of what they're doing. I came up under the tutelage of Andrew Breitbart. Back before it was Breitbart.com, it was just Big Hollywood, and one of the first writers there, along with a handful of people. And he was the one who brought Alinsky to the forefront. It's accuse your opponent of doing exactly what it is that you're doing. It's not, and it's a strategy. So Saturday, June 7th, he escalated all of these tensions, hoping for what is taking place right now so he could blame Donald Trump for it. And this post specifically accuses Trump of terrorizing communities. Your indiscriminate sweeps are terrifying entire communities and detaining hardworking, tax-paying Californians. Let me ask you, is there a single legal immigrant out there right now who's terrified? Can you tell me, comment below if you're an immigrant here, even if you're on a work visa? Let me know if you're terrified. I haven't met one, but that's anecdotal.
Just substitute in one word, criminal.
Yeah.
So you're terrifying the criminals. That's kind of the point.
Right. Right. And you know who's harmed the most? Legal immigrants. Legal immigrants, because they have these illegal aliens in their communities, by the way, who, since they're off the books, they engage in far more crime, and they end up taking control of entire municipalities. You can go back to a Build the Wall, Change My Mind, where Mrs. Flores asked me where she could report somebody, and it be anonymous because she didn't want to be attacked for it. Minutes later, Newsom doubled down, accusing President Trump, you, the American worker, of creating a spectacle with a National Guard order. Because, hey, if you just didn't have ICE enforce the law that the American people voted for, there would be no riots. and then you wouldn't need the National Guard. They always blame you. There's never accountability. Here's what he posted. The federal government is taking over the California National Guard and deploying 2,000 soldiers in Los Angeles, not because there's a shortage of law enforcement, but because they want a spectacle. There's no shortage. Could have fooled me with all the cars on fire blocking freeways. They want a spectacle. Don't give them one. Never use violence. Speak out peacefully. Okay, but people are already violent.
Yeah.
People are already violent.
Now what?
The tweets were put out over 24 hours after the violence and riots had began, with no sign of them being tamped down by the leadership in California. And that, of course, led to President Trump ensuring that you, the legal citizen, is kept safe, calling in the National Guard. Gavin Newsom thinks that you have no right to safety. What a piece of shit. And I'm telling you, they don't get to reach across the aisle. I know he did an interview with Charlie Kirk, but this happens so much where people do horrible things. Everyone makes mistakes. Lobbing a reputation-destroying, life-altering accusation against somebody and then saying, let's let bygones be bygones. No, it doesn't work that way. There's a pattern of this going on from those on the left and some people who claim to be on the right. Gavin Newsom stoking actual, literal fires. And then Elon Musk flat out implying that President Trump is a pedophile.
Even Josh has been getting on the bandwagon. He threw shade my way.
It's a trump card.
Hey, there's no more Dr. Pepper in the fridge. Does anyone know when we're gonna get another delivery?
We're not gonna get another delivery. Noodles cut the budget for soft drinks.
Oh yeah? Noodles cut the... Yeah, did you know that Noodles is a f***ing pedophile?
Wait, what?
Yeah, you sick bastard. Everyone knows you're a kid diddler. Don't try to deny it now.
No. Josh, what the f***?
Oh, yeah, I know it.
What's going on here?
Oh, just warning the whole office that Matt here is a child molester. Yeah, molester Matt, that's what they call him. You know why? Because he likes children and he tries to have sex with them.
Come on, guys, watch your kids.
Always, with the kids, you should see his browser history. It's disgusting. This guy is keep him away from your kids.
Hey, Matt. Remember earlier with the whole Dr. Pepper thing? Well, I found some in the studio fridge, and I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. I shouldn't have acted that way, and I'm embarrassed, so I'm sorry about the things I said to you.
You told everyone I'm a pedophile.
Yeah, but, I'm sorry.
Are you at least gonna delete the X post about it?
Oh, no. It's got like 12,000 likes. It's doing really well. But, yeah, again, sorry, dude.
I'm disappointed in you, Josh.
Well, I'm an emotional guy. I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
Yeah.
And you lied.
And, I've seen Matt's browser history.
No. There is no studio fridge.
Yeah.
You said you found more Dr. Pepper.
Matter of fact, everything about that seems to be dishonest. But you know what? It's in the past. Right, Elon? Gavin? So
I don't live there anymore.
Sunday, June 8th. Here's the thing, too. Gavin Newsom has never actually proposed any solution, nor has the mayor. It's just things are fine. That's it. Well, hold on a second. It's been going on for what, 4 days? There are fires, stores being looted, police are overwhelmed.
That's normal.
It's fine. Okay, but what are you going to do differently because it's not working? Nothing.
Yeah, and there's no other crime in the city on a normal night that they would normally be putting their efforts towards taking care of, right?
Right.
You sure people aren't being killed that would have been responded to?
Yeah.
It'd be a great night for it.
We don't have a fentanyl crisis anymore.
I don't think so.
Oh,
no
good.
drugs, no gang violence, nothing like that.
So
Not in L.A.
Sunday, June 8th, despite the violence continuing, Newsom, instead of announcing plans to protect legal Angelenos, announced plans to sue President Trump, again, accusing him of doing something illegal in enforcing the laws that you voted for, and he has the authority to enforce. But even went a step further and declaring it to be, immoral.
Donald Trump has created the conditions you see on your TV tonight.
He's exacerbated the conditions. He's,
Right.
lit the proverbial
did he
match. He's
create
putting
them
fuel
or
on this
exacerbate
fire,
them?
ever since he announced he was taking over the National Guard. An illegal act, an immoral act, an unconstitutional act, and we're going to test that theory with a lawsuit tomorrow.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Sorry to interrupt you, but Governor, so that's news. If you're going to sue the administration, tell me a little bit about it. Give us a preview of this lawsuit.
Well, under his executive order, it specifically notes, and under what the DOD did, is they had to coordinate with the governor of the state. They never coordinate with the governor of the state.
Wrong. Well, he filed that bogus lawsuit yesterday, which of course will cost you more money, the taxpayers. Remember, $400 to $500 billion a year in fraud, not just immigration, just fraud. We have no idea where it goes. I'm willing to bet some of these bogus lawsuits. He's also wrong because presidents do not have to coordinate with unwilling governors and everything. Well, Eisenhower, JFK, LBJ, they all defied governors to enforce federal laws. Gavin Newsom is lying, and he's costing you money, the taxpayer, in order to engage in political theater. What a piece of shit.
It's appointed.
He also called in more law enforcement afterward, trying to, again, blame President Trump, saying, now things are destabilized.
What?
And we need to send in more law enforcement just to clean up Trump's mess.
Do me a favor. Leave that back up. Remember the clip that we played of the LAPD chief basically saying that his post is in response to that quote from the chief. If you look at the post on the right there's some guy named Bill or whatever. He's saying LAPD chief, and then the video we played saying that things are out of control. And then Gavin's responding to that, saying, no, it's Trump's fault. Now that things are out of control. And the chief was like, things are actually gotten out of control already.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Has a single National Guardsman or a single Marine, I know they're getting there now, lit a fire or broken a store window with a brick? One. Can you point me to one? Comment below. Now let me ask you this. If there's a house fire that was started by a crackhead, in a crack den, and the firefighters show up, do you blame the mess on the firefighters? I need you to answer the first question. One fire, one act of arson, one act of assault against a fellow civilian, store being looted. Has there been one committed by someone on duty from the National Guard? One. But they're the ones responsible for the mess. Okay, let's blame the firefighters. So yesterday, President Trump, this is what the left wants to focus on. And by the way, I say don't apologize. I agree. President Trump commented on Homan possibly arresting Newsom and, took the opportunity to throw a few shots, which was fun. But I agree. Newsom is getting there.
Tom Homan to come and arrest him. Should he do it? I would do it if I was Tom. I think it's great. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job. Look. I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget.
He finds time to troll him as well.
It's a little railroad.
Yeah.
Little train. Toy train set.
What is it, Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah.
He's the little... Look, they call him the little train that couldn't.
Ricky the Rioter.
He says, I think I'm a bitch. I think I'm a bitch. And of course, Newsom with the political theater playing fake tough guy. They all go to the same school of tough guy act.
Yeah.
Taunted President Trump. And by that, taunting you, the American taxpayer, footing the bill for all this, taunting you to arrest him.
Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. I don't give a damn.
Sure,
I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bullying is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
I'm sorry to be so clear. I'm sorry to be so virtuous.
Yes.
I apologize for being the best amongst you.
He saw how the mugshot worked out for Trump, and he wants one now.
He wants one badly.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, how hard is it to shoot me in the ear from distance?
Fake tough
That
guy.
tough? Okay, never mind.
Fake tough guy meet real tough guy. Homan, who, by the way, the only way I can describe it is Homan, he does these interviews. He very clearly doesn't want to be. No. He looks, every interview that I see of Tom Homan, He looks like he just got off a job site sitting on a cooler like, I gotta go do this bullshit, do this interview, I'll be right back.
I'll be back, boys.
Like he's actually doing work.
He looks like a hitman from the mob. You ever seen one of those mob documentaries? Yeah. And you're like, this is the guy that killed 140 people?
Yeah. Oh, he's the Iceman.
All about business.
Yeah, this.
Nice.
He made it clear that there's no threat to arrest Newsom, but Governor Newsom could be arrested if he crosses the line. Gotta love Homan.
There's no threat to arrest Governor Newsom, but the statement was made, just like anybody else. If he crosses that line of impeding ICE enforcement efforts, if he knowingly harbored, conceals an alien, that's a crime. We would ask AG, the Attorney General, to seek prosecution. It wasn't a threat.
I'm done with this interview. I gotta go back. I gotta find my Makita drill somewhere. I think.
Makita.
Where's my dip?
But Gavin Newsom is. When you think Gavin Newsom, who he hates Tom Homan. He hates the American taxpayer, the American worker. He wants you to stop expecting the enforcement of laws. What a piece of shit. And here's
That's
funny.
not healthy. I'm sorry. That's not a healthy.
No, it's not. And here's the.
Yes, it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Here's kind of the tone underneath it all. Gavin Newsom then, I think he probably went, oh, people don't like this.
Yeah.
So then he started pretending to call out rioters about whom he did nothing and vocally supported and said would protect, while simultaneously blaming President Trump, for, I don't know if you know this, all the arsenry that you see, all the looting, it's actually President Trump and your fault.
Sort of these anarchists that are in there to create real problems. And they're just playing right into Donald Trump's hand. And they need to be called out. They need to be arrested. It is wrong to destroy other people's property. And it is wrong to create the conditions that only exacerbate this. But Donald Trump, at the end of the day, is the sponsor of these conditions.
It's so clear what they're doing. They all have a meaning like, okay, all right, guys, we're gonna end up with egg on our face. Let's all blame Trump for this, right? Yes, the key word is Donald Trump here, with the word that is key being Donald Trump.
Blaming.
Do we all agree?
Trump.
We'll blame the rioters and the fires on Donald Trump.
Like this guy.
I'm telling you, this is not going to end up the way the left thinks it will. This is very different. They overreached and they screwed up so badly with Black Lives Matter. I bet you if George Floyd occurred today, you would have an entirely different reaction from people. The fatigue, and it's not black fatigue and it's not brown fatigue, it's fatigue with lawlessness. It's fatigue with non-contributing human excrement dominating our national conversation. I think if you don't pay taxes, you should have no say. I think if you are here illegally, you should have no say. I know some of you are thinking, some say? No.
None.
No say whatsoever. And they have had a monopoly on our national on health care. People who don't pay for it are the ones who decided on our health care future. Medicaid for all, as you hear from Bernie Sanders. But we had the Affordable Care Act. Enjoy those premiums. Enjoy those deductibles. Immigration. They've dominated the conversation. I mean, even if you want to talk about foreign wars, they've dominated the conversation. Those in charge with big tech and censorship, they've dominated the conversation. People who should have no say in what you, the American worker, the American contributor, has to live through. They have been dominating the conversation, and now they just can't believe that the populist movement, that the working class American demographic has turned on them completely. And speaking of going disingenuous, Stephen A. Smith is even calling out someone like a Gavin Newsom and the left. But of course, because he sort of realizes now that his shtick has gotten old.
Why the hell are you playing right into the hands of Donald Trump? Because I got news for you. On this particular issue,
pause.
As it pertains.
This is how you know he's disingenuous, okay? It's not, hey, come on. I was a Democrat my whole life, but why are you advocating on behalf of illegal aliens? Why are you advocating on behalf of lawlessness? Why are you advocating on behalf of effectively domestic terrorists? Why are you advocating on behalf of people who fly a foreign flag? No. This is how you know it's disingenuous, because he's going to move back to the left when it's convenient. He's going, why are you playing into the hands of Donald Trump? He's not playing into the hands of anything. He's being a member of the party you've always supported. dummy.
What is in Donald Trump's hands? Is this a master plan?
Yeah.
To do what?
Deportation.
Deport illegal immigrants like more than half of the country asked him to?
I'm sorry, but guys like him and Bill Maher and people who now just like, actually, no. This is not an example of a genuine person. He's going, okay, I don't want to lose all of my audience because now I see the polls overwhelmingly show support for deportation. I no longer have a viable audience. So I know, I'll couch it. Why are you playing into the hands of Donald Trump? Now, careful, I have to go hit some mitts that represent a 4-foot midget as I punch him down on the dick. You guys remember that? All right.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
Mission Control, play it again. But let's play this from the top. I don't believe a word this guy says.
Okay.
Why the hell are you playing right into the hands of Donald Trump? Because I got news for you. On this particular issue, as it involves migrants,
Got to change words.
Those who are undocumented, dare we say illegal, in the United States of America, yes. He's winning on this issue. There's a reason he won the popular vote. There's a reason he won the Electoral College vote. There's a reason he won every swing state. There are people within the United States of America that want our immigration crisis addressed and want the situation resolved somehow, some way. And the person that seems eager to bring a resolution to the table is President Donald Trump.
Wait, that would be playing into his hands. By the way, the same people who want immigration enforced, the people you accuse of racism for years upon years upon years. So, this applies to both Gavin Newsom and Stephen A. Smith. What two pieces of...
That's a double deuce.
Oh. You need to see a doctor. There's something wrong with you.
Oh, there was more?
You're still here. On YouTube. Remember when we could say whatever we wanted on YouTube and people didn't have to censor out words like gay? See, even that, right? That's not even a swear word. Or the word sex. Even if you're just talking about it, you're not saying anything profane. That's why I live stream on Rumble 5 days a week. Go subscribe over there on Rumble where you get the live show every single day. If you're still using this archaic form of delivery for information on YouTube, I don't want to judge, but your father hates you.